Alright, testing my my new toaster. Yeah, electricity works too, I guess. Little double test there. And I already did 2. Does a good job at level 3. Takes a few minutes. This is a hot day, so doesn't need to take too long. I think it's a keeper. I mean, it's not too often I can find electrical sources, but when I do, and if I have bread, it's pretty nice. To show several different vehicles used for mining, large vehicles with tires of this magnitude. These signs have been here a long time, brought to us by Mintech. Planning a mine blast. Might be the most interesting sign here. Completely unreadable. Signs age, I would guess it was probably put up in the 90s. And maybe the displays could have been put up at different times. They look in better shape, slightly better shape. You know, I don't even think this truck is pictured in here for this tire. They just kind of chose a random picture, not related. Okay, so I am here in the park, you can see, and then across that water, iron was first discovered. This is a big old iron pit area, and they've named a day after Leonidas Merrit. Leonidas Merrit days. We're in the Iron Range. Minnesota has an iron range, and you can look out to see the mining pit down there, all flooded now. I did not hear any blasting today. Maybe I was in the library though. So they had to move the city out of the way because it was over this old mining pit. And this is on display, got a fence. People have snuck down and they tied it together. It's an old mining pit turned into a lake. Are there any fish that can survive in there? There might be. Prospector, 7 iron men. Yeah, these signs were put up a long time ago. It's kind of weird to think that this might be a Carnegie library, but the iron guys lost their holdings of the iron mine to John D. Rockefeller, a big competitor in iron. He was making railroad stuff. The Rockefeller was more into the oil, Standard Oil, but also he needed iron too. He had a monopoly on everything in competition to Carnegie. Alright, in Mountain Iron, the city, the mining town that mines iron. I made comments as I was driving into this area how red the soil looked. Here's an example. Well, okay, it's dry. I thought it was wet. It was wet at one time and then it hardened. But I'm like, this is the red earth that you see in the deserts of the Southwest, like St. George, Utah. And then I haven't heard about any mining operations, any iron mining operations there. But they definitely mine iron in Minnesota. And this is the red earth. I wonder if those early miners saw the red lands of the Southwest at all. I wonder if it started out as Iron Mountain, and then when they leveled it, they had to switch the name to Mountain Iron. I didn't get too far and I come across this. Check out my new hat. Mountain Iron Firefighter 000. Is that like a badge number? It's just in the ditch. Alright, on the bottom of this is a heavy thing. This is like 5 pounds. There's a little warning. Do not use if you haven't read the PHMSA official information. Ultra hazardous. So you're getting into ultra hazardous activity that you need to know about before wearing this. Oh, I was gonna give this helmet to this guy in this truck, but he doesn't even appear to be inside. Yeah, he's just parked his. It's not too far. They didn't drop it too far, so hard to. I don't know. I just. Nah. Put it right here. And leave it at that. I don't need to actually meet them. So contact them if you got any questions about this. They laid out a tarp to collect all this water. Town's just over here. I wonder how the drinking water is. Seriously, who's gonna buy land with a big pile of rocks on it? Over here. And over here too. They figure that leaving the big pile of rocks is a good idea. It's not too often I see open lots like this. They openly leave rocks. It's next to Walmart. So my toe itch is coming back. Same old toe itch. It's like my best natural relief has been going to the desert and just living in the dry climate. It rarely bothers me, but I'll need to apply more of that cream again. Right, what could look good on the map here is now become a very confusing place. This area, first of all, seems like a ghetto. All right, first of all, this area seems. I'm gonna walk around. It's early in the mornings. Ghetto people tend to sleep in, and then second of all, I'm gonna just see what this bank has to say about their parking, because it's not clear if there's any public parking. Okay, alright. Huh. Alright, so I can't get any answers. It's open, and it's a 9 o'clock thing. This bank actually says you need a mask to enter. That's pretty rare. This has got to be more than just the water and light department. It's got to be more than that now. Got big tanks. Actually, let me walk inside there, or I mean near. All right, water and tank department. They got this big door open. Wow. Okay. That cop checked me out. He was staring at me pretty good. I think that's even why he turned. Oh. It's kind of busy with cops here. This is a ghetto. Virginia's a ghetto. All right, he didn't check me out, but 2 cops. Wow. It's really it's an environment I'm not too thrilled about being in. They insist this is the water department. There's a second sign. And there's a water tower. I don't like this area. Resident parking only, and you need a permit? They got 2-hour parking on the outskirt side of the library parking lot. So if there's 2-hour parking and then they say library parking only in the library parking lot, it's not very attractive. Library staff. I don't think I want to stay here. Maybe just try to find some Wi-Fi somewhere. Not even, maybe I gotta park a further distance away. I'm not at a good spot. I gotta be further away. This is not somewhere you just hang out casually. When it's so congested like this, 2-hour parking, this isn't somewhere you just hang out and relax. Why is there so much steam coming out of these pipes? That water and power station is massive. They seem to be pushing out a ton of steam throughout the sewer system. Virginia, Minnesota. Virginia, Minnesota. And it kind of looks like there's gang members standing outside their house. Young guys just standing around their house. That's really a concern. Alright, homeless person in a wheelchair, but they're not in their wheelchair, they're sleeping on a bench. Alright, that's the last clue for me. I definitely am not parked in a good spot. I have to fall back. But can I fall back to that park? Is that park far enough back? When you see the giant loon, you know you're in a bad spot. You know you're in a bad spot when you see the giant loon. So this pool was funded by the government, and then it fell into disrepair for some time, and it doesn't look so good now. There might have been a top. I guess that broke off or something. It's in a sunken elevation. It's rare to see a fountain like that. And these park workers are putting an orange fence all around it. I think they're holding a special event, and it might be it's likely to be an event to fund the fountain. So they hold a special event around it, probably. All right, Virginia, Minnesota. They claim to be land of the loon. Like, I wonder where the loons are found in their largest population. Because there's probably spots like that, and it could be in Canada. I don't know. We can only make claims in America for these grand achievements, but that's because we have to exclude Canada because it's another country. All right, so this is in the early 1900s that the log house was built, and the door on the top must have been important. I could imagine them using a rope and tying things around it so they could haul things up there. Maybe hay bales. And he used a locked, he did a special cut on the end of the logs. See, this doesn't look that old because it's only from the early 1900s. He made it maybe, I don't know, before 1915 or so. He had something here. He cut into the logs, had some, maybe, I don't know. There's a imprint of something that goes up from it. Awaywithgeese.com. I have never seen that before. A light to scare away geese. There's one down there and one down there. They lined them up, 3 of them, in the children's playground. These things smoke all day. Every single one of these things smoke. It doesn't smell different. It's hot. Oh man, that's hot. They release. Oh, it's hitting me. They release a large amount of heat through the sewer system. Shouldn't that be illegal? It's closed. It's closed. Scheduled to open at 12. I show up at 12:30. It's still closed. The lady was really adamant in letting me know. I told her, come over and unlock it then. And she's like, I don't have the key. And then, I don't know, I said something. And she said I had an attitude, and now she's not going to open it. It's at that point I could have said, oh, you do have a key. Whatever. Water fountain. Just heard a weird sound. Take a look at this quick. What kind of business? What is this, rubber? Some kind of a rubber roll collection right next to a neighborhood. I wonder if they support the mining operation. Belt service, conveyor belt service, no trespassing. Well, I said it before, and I look around, and I'll continue to say it. This Virginia looks rough. Just there's so many elements. It probably don't show up so well on you, like this. It probably don't show up on video so well, but it looks rough. Very industrial centered. I don't know, this is, it's not a tourist town, that's for sure. Alright, I just want to make a confession. I was very tempted to get peanut butter at this health place. There's a health store that grinds the peanuts. And I'm like, I'm so scared of them now. It's a health problem. The peanuts may have been so easy to eat and fun, but now I'm absolutely scared of them. And it took me a while to remember. I just remembered what the main reason. And it was the primary cause of the heart slippage. Whenever the beat would slip, I'd slip a beat. I don't know why. But peanuts seem to be the primary cause of this slipping of my heart, and it's the worst feeling. I've been able to pretty much eliminate it. Every so often I'll get a surprise. But peanuts really were the primary contributor. It's like I like to eat it like for its texture, but I don't like that heart slippage. There's just something in peanuts, cheese, chicken, 3 foods I ate a lot of. They were like almost staples. And now they just tear me up, mainly attacking my heart. They don't give me upset stomach. They just attack my heart. It might be a fat thing. It makes me wonder. Like, I think I'm fine living without those foods. I think I'm doing okay. It's just every so often I want to try them again, and I have to remind myself not to do it. Alright, my appetite has gone down because of this birch bark tea. I actually boiled just a little bit, like an inch square into the tea. Totally changes the taste of the tea. Not so medicine-y, but my appetite has just, I'm not that hungry this morning. I think it's because of that tea. I want to record this a little bit, intending to park here at the old Shopco hometown, because I call it old. So look at that, they got porta potties in the parking lot. It's because it's no longer in service, but they still have the parking lot open. They're working on it, changing it into something else, and it's kind of active what they're doing. Although that home wrap does look a little sun beaten, there are construction people here, plumbing and heating. But I'm thinking I'd like to park overnight, maybe on the far end of this parking lot. I think I could get away with it. Subway at the end. Alright, I can't make a habit out of this. I bought a sub for $9. $9 sub. Here at this Subway. And the Wi-Fi, it's like free. There's no password even. Right, we got Ellie, and I'm guessing that this area is used a lot for snowmobiling. They blaze trails that really don't look like they're used for much of anything, but snowmobiles, it makes sense. They just want to make sure that these stalks are down, because cattails stay standing through the winter generally. Just kind of blaze. And extensive signs out here. This has to be for snowmobiling, because four-wheeling hasn't really torn it up. Taconic trail. And then maybe they'll talk about what this is all about over here along the edge of the swamp, I guess, or a very marshy area. Failure to stay on trail could result of loss of this trail. No motor vehicles, oh, except snowmobiles. Okay. Yeah, it's probably a little too wet for wheels. I'm really having a unique challenge with pulling grass, running into tansies in the grass. Even a little bit of tansy just takes me out of commission. Like, it's a plant that can kill me. So this evening, a ton of smoke was rolling in Ellie, Minnesota, like enough to disturb my sleeping tonight, because I'm not moving too far from here. And I put the drone up into the air to look, and I don't see anything in the immediate vicinity all around. I didn't see any like fires. It's nighttime, so if there's a serious fire nearby, it would show up. I mean, I probably could see for miles and miles, so this is smoke that came from a long distance. Maybe the Canada fires, if the winds shifted and are pushing this way again. I don't know if I'll sleep well. It's pretty irritating. Alright, from my parking spot, I'm gonna walk through the cemetery to a museum, see how much it costs. This area seems pretty tourist-like. They likely charge here. Alright, she wants to remember her for all the various kinds of help she has given to you. But $7 isn't so helpful to me, Dorothy. No thank you. I don't need your help. Wait a second. Admission fees waived. Oh, if you remember, air conditioned, 65 out. Let's see if they stop me from walking over here. So $7. I'm not even gonna walk in. I'm not walking in because it's just gonna be like, they've advertised right on the outside. So alright, I believe this to be Pillow Rocks. There were historical marker signs, and I was curious. It said on Google Maps they're Pillow Rocks. Greenstone. Yeah, I would say Pillow Rocks, but the top of the sign fell off. Lava. So there's a lava rocks. They just left untouched. They didn't break them up. Okay, this is rare. I'm not sure exactly what organization this is, but they got free stuff put out on display. Some free dishes right on the shelves. The shelves are free too. Oh, not the shelves. You know, as junky as this area is, they got a lot of junk. It's actually kind of orderly. They're mowing the grass around their junk. They're stacking their junk in orderly fashion. Look how orderly the blocks are. They're just not all sitting. This is one of the most orderly, junky places I've seen. Alright, in Ellie, this is a little strange. Looks kind of orderly. All in the front yard. I wonder if this is supposed to last all winter. Alright, I'm in Ellie and I'm going to a mine thing. This trail, I think they're charging $5 to use. I'm not paying them money. Who's enforcing that? So this is no trespassing. And look at this trail. Did deer cause all this? Probably not. No trespassing. Simply because it's the edge. It's kind of rare to see that type of sign. It really serves no purpose. But it does give a hint. Wow. I bet these taste good. Let me give it a taste. Yep. Wow. There's a lot of these, whatever they're called. Sumac. The non-poisonous sumac. See, all this red is iron. So this used to be a mine. They were constantly pumping out water, and then when they stopped in 1963, the water came back, turned into a lake, and then they stocked it with trout, the most common fish to stock with, from here to Missouri at least. So when this lake forms, nobody can tell how deep it is. I think it goes very, very deep. You look on the edge of the shore and it's just a straight drop down for mining. And those miners are probably thinking about how it's going to fill up. If they're pumping the water up and out of this mine until the 60s and then just stop pumping water out, well, they knew this is going to fill up. Old mine. It's kind of like a little hangout spot. Oh, it's a reading sign. I'll go check that out. 105 Miners Lake Landing Road. I'm in Ellie. This is interesting. To support iron mining. I don't know why they're at an angle. Alright, there's warnings about keeping out, but I'm just gonna look in the windows. Whichever window they boarded up some. There's one on top of the stairs. Oh, you can. What is visible in here? I can't really. It looks expansive. These stairs are pretty steady. Oh, here we go. So, old doors and an old setup. Looks like kind of a new vent to all to support the mining. Pigeon for an old stove. All right. Then I get a little closer. Oh, they put a fence around it on the bottom. I'm walking from that building. Big smokestack. I'm sure they took all the boilers out. They still had a little pipe for a small stove. And this is a hotel. I saw that on the map. That's fine as long as they put fences up. This looks like it was just moved. Was this originally here? Old mining site, people will climb to the top. Wonder what they collected. Likely wasn't corn. They got so they pretty much stuff they didn't want to take. So it's just more expensive than it's worth. They left for a museum display called the stuff that wasn't economical to move a museum piece, and it's very interesting, very unique. Got these tracks loaded up with all the iron ore going into this, and they're only open Tuesday and Friday. Looks like this would be actually free. Okay, yeah, it's locked. They used some kind of, oh, this, all right, he'd lift this up. Shaft house. All right, and then there's a sign when you enter. Not too easy to read. Can't really make out all the words perfectly. After you cause all kinds of damage to the environment, then you rehabilitate, because that's the human way. Damage first, then you rehabilitate after. Totally makes sense to the business owners. Reclamation. All right, and then there's a lake nearby. I mean, not the one I just looked at. And I don't want to miss the turn. Oh, I think that's a trail. Okay, there's a turn up here. Yeah, I think I see it. What in the heck is a deccan? Alright, I'm gonna try to wrap around this lake on the right. The smaller lake. This bigger lake is impossible. Oh my god, is this somebody's driveway? I just entered somebody's driveway. What? It says welcome? The Beals? What? Can't really see the water. Is iron mining a safer form of mining compared to copper? Or are they equally as dangerous? There's a little bit of the lake. So there's a lake that's about 1,278 feet deep. Yeah, these signs look a little newer for the Savoy mine. But they probably had previous signs on here. It looks like an old structure, and the old signs eroded. Yeah, all lakes, I'm assuming, are a result of the mining. I mean, most of the lakes in Minnesota are natural, but around here now it's really hard to see. A bunch of turtles on a log. So they're trying to reduce a fire-wise, through the Vermilion College in Elie, Minnesota. I don't know, I really can't tell much of a difference. Maybe that's the point. Alright, so I guess I was at a ranger station over there, and across the street we have the International Wolf Center, teaching the world about wolves. If you're willing to pay, I'm sure. There's probably a fee. I'll see how much it is. $10. No, thank you. Masks preferred here. Masks were absolutely required at the ranger station, but I just looked in, it's free. See, that's the difference between a paid place and a non-paid, is like the one where you pay money, that'd be a little more forgiving. $10 a person has made the International Wolf Center quite a bit of money. They're drawing more attention to their own business practice than wolves. Yep, just a second. What's up?
Hey, you're not camping here, are you, man?
No, I'm not sleeping. I noticed that fell. I was about to get it, so
Okay.
I heard it just fell. So what?
There's no camping.
Well, what's camping?
You can't be.
It's parked here?
No squatting in your car. Though.
Squatting? No. What's the definition of camping and squatting? Are they the same? If I were to look up the Webster's dictionary, am I going to see the same definition?
I'm just advising you. You
Okay,
can't
well then fine. Advise me, but I mean, what are you stopping by? Did you get a call or something?
No, I'm just driving by and I noticed you parked here all day. Okay, just wanted to make sure you weren't camping in town.
Dineheimer, your badge. You must be employed. You must have been employed here for a while, because your badge is a little beat up there.
My nameplate.
Okay, Dineheimer, D-E-I-N-H. All right. Yeah, I mean, I've been parked here a while. Have you noticed anybody else in the past parked for long distances? I mean, those cars have been there for a while.
Those are the school vehicles.
Okay. Well, just I mean, as an example.
You're not doing anything wrong.
Okay.
I just wanted to advise you can't.
You're just okay. Okay. You saw I was parked here for a while.
Yeah.
All right, and that's like, what's your time limit? Do you have a time limit or something where you get to that point where you feel like you have to advise me about camping? Or
it's been almost 8 hours.
8 hours? Okay.
Since I've been on.
Is there something in the ordinance with the time limit?
I don't know about time limits, but there is an
All right,
ordinance about
because
camping.
you got your definition. It's parked 8 hours, even during the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
My definition is like maybe setting up a campfire, putting up a tent.
Dude.
Well, what?
I'm not trying to make an issue. I'm just trying
All right.
to
Well, you approach me. I mean,
Yeah,
here, let me get out here, because I'm gonna. I think partly maybe you saw this on top here. Is that part of the reason? Maybe that gives the impression.
All the windows covered up.
Yeah.
Been around the block. I know
And
people sleep in cars.
How long have you been working here?
Almost 5 years.
5 years. Okay. Yeah. This is a unique area. A lot of people canoe around here.
Yeah.
You don't see that in every city.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, camping. I mean,
There's a lot of.
you saw this here, all right, and I've been around. Like, say I went to the Wolf Center.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do I need to drive there? I mean, but leaving my car here makes me vulnerable to being advised about camping. But I don't have to. I don't feel like I should have to drive everywhere for each individual parking lot. Because I mean, I got a bicycle. I got walking.
Your car parked in town camping.
Oh, all right. So now it's a living out of your car thing with the camping? I mean, you're not going to see me here tonight.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to make sure.
All right, but you stop in here during the day to let me know about tonight.
Yeah.
Are you even working tonight? I mean, you look like a day shifter.
I'm not working
Tonight, yeah. So you have to let your night shift know that look out for this guy. All right.
And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to look out for you.
Well,
so
you're warning me. Okay, I appreciate that. But also, if you want to let your night shift know.
I wasn't warning you. I was advising. There's no camping.
Well, it sounds similar. I mean, okay, it's not a warning ticket. It's not something you'd write up. You're given it's not a verbal warning. It's an advisement, and there's no paperwork involved.
Why are you so
what
agitated over this?
Well, I mean, it's just I was trying to relax, and then I get it's a higher stress situation when cops approach you. I don't know if you've seen like documents about those issues.
Have I asked you for any information or anything?
Well, no, but I was prepared for you to request that. Like, do you want to show me your ID? I mean, How far? I mean, where are we going? I mean, then we'd have to identify a crime, of course, and we know how what that situation involves. That goes beyond just like a conversation, and into more into the civil, more into the civil rights. We're not trying to launch this into a civil rights dispute, right? You're just letting me know about your city ordinances. You've written these tickets in the past. Probably not during the daytime? Okay. Yeah. I mean, how many? Okay. Yeah, and how many tickets have been written in the daytime for camping? They're usually probably focused at night. I would assume.
I just
So.
saw you parked
Yeah.
for a long time today.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure you weren't planning on camping.
You don't think this stuff was a factor? My walking sticks. I mean, yeah, I switched shirts because I got a little sweaty. It's a little warm out, so I wanted to get this air dried. Would you consider that a part of camping? Air drying clothes?
I've seen people staying in their vehicles before.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like
I mean,
said, I'm not making an issue here. I just want to advise you can't be staying in town.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
It's like when I was in Seaside. You know that rule in Seaside, Oregon.
No, I'm not familiar. I've never been to Oregon, so.
You've never been to Oregon? Okay. They have a $700 ticket for people who sleep in their car, even during the daytime. All right. You don't get that kind of power. Isn't that unfortunate? But they actually warned me. I got that on camera too.
I just want to give you a ticket.
No. But I'm letting you know that every city has their different ordinances. You're citing me this city's.
I'm not citing you anything.
You're advising me of this city ordinances.
Have a good day. I'm just advising
okay.
You can't stay here.
All right.
Okay?
Overnight. Gotcha. No, that's fine.